I'm just fucking like stuck in this ridiculous like self-imposed fucking prison of characterization. That I was emotional and intense and complicated, or whether I was truly complicated and intense, and then they responded to it. Then, like, once they responded to it, then I responded to what they were saying, and yeah, I utilized it in some ways. And I'm embarrassed about that, and that's what a lot of this is about. I mean, I guess that's why I agreed to do this documentary, is because I don't wanna play the character of Joaquin anymore. Like, I want to be whatever I am, and my artistic output thus far, when I'm really fucking honest with myself, has been fucking fraudulent.
Thank you very much for being on the program again. You know, it's been 3 years since the last time you were on the show, and I will just say right off the top here, you look different than I remember.
No, I do more hip-hop music.
Hip-hop music.
Is this a joke? What do you have them on?
I'm sorry?
What do you gas them up with? This nitrous kicking it on in the street?
The kid in the front is drunk on warm Pepsi.
And now for the first time, I'm doing something that is, whether you like it or not, it really represents me. And maybe that's fucking stupid to want to be represented, to care. I don't care. It's not that. But I don't want to be, think what you think about me. Hate me or like me, just don't misunderstand me. That's it.
The following passage is from Culture is Our Business by Marshall McLuhan. Since Sputnik, the planet has become a global theater under the proscenium arch of man-made satellites. Our psyches acquire thereby a totally new rim spin. In the world of the new global theater, everybody has to do his thing. Role-playing supplants job-holding just as knowledge supplants experience. These richly significant forms are easily obscured and destroyed by the classifiers and moralizers who want to know whether they are a good or bad thing. There are many educated people who consider it a bad thing to study or to understand what goes on in our world. And now for a brief message from Ouroboros principle. Social engineers use real-time theater, publicly, politically, to program our environment, thus culture. The exoteric field of experience is the representation of esoteric process, which is projected as our mythic reality. We now live inside the collective mind's imagination, because objective reality be sensitive, classified, and hidden from the general public. We shall continue to misrepresent or transcend the honest and naked man, because we are living through fragments of conventional fiction. This message is for the cult members, highly motivated somnambulists that cling to fixed perspectives and regurgitate yesterday's things or content, pretending to temporarily satisfy the intellectual appetite. Your world is the result of conscious programming, teleprompters and commands. Together we shall dance, distributed by social architects. You sleepwalk through today in the name of yesterday. Our future is in the eye of the beholder. Shall I suggest that the film I'm Still Here is one actor's sociological proof, philosophical thesis in movie form, detailing stagecraft and how easy it may be to program any culture's point of view? I'm Still Here is a very potent film because it unveils our culture as one ongoing reaction/information loop, set in motion through ideas, will, and action. We are continuously responding to the stage and its scripted environment. Therefore, we are reactive puppets involved in the electric field of simultaneous information. In other words, identities are programs scripted through available evidence/resources. Now it's time for Ouroboros Principle to read comments. But first, do you see a face or rocks? Whoa.
Complication. Complication.
Exactly like Agent Smith. I'd like to share a revelation that I've had during my time here. It came to me when I tried to classify your species, and I realized... Ah, I see you're pissed off. Because people are exploring an option that makes you uncomfortable. The Mandela effect is in opposition to the logic you were fed in university. You have a right to your opinion. There's a misrepresentation of who I will assume is a program you were on guests that talk positively. Everyone has a different opinion. That's... Nope. This theory doesn't hold water because I asked people. With no mention of the ME, or whatever it is, how many people were in the JFK car? And so far, everyone has said 4. The same with Kit Kat. If you saw Mandela effects for yourself before, is it possible you have been targeted by the ME perpetrators to wipe your own thinking and be supplanted by the toe the line? It's all fake brain reconstruction? I'd be asking myself that. You are sadly living proof of Isaiah 11:6 coming from lion to wolf. I look upon you with pity, as one would turn away from looking at a train wreck, but still steals a glance anyway. How's it going there, mate? Well, I find it amusing how all these so-called positive people can turn negative when one's opinion doesn't agree with their own. I'm liking the can of worms that you've opened. What the fuck happened to you? You were part of the gang, and now you've knocked them all. Did you not get enough attention on the panel? I understand where you're coming from regarding some of the phoniness, but how do you sit with a group for so long and then completely turn on them? What went wrong? It's too bad. You act and sound like you have Down syndrome. I'm so sorry. Well, I realize you're riding on high clouds right now because you think you've achieved something. It's likely he cries himself to sleep every night, because no one could tolerate him in real life. Sad, isn't it? And you do such a poor job at having critical thinking skills. So sad! Well, Ouroboros was questioning the ME, and he concluded that it's an infection, a social infection. So by that definition, everybody that experiences ME has the infection and must be ridiculed. It always seems easy to mock others and not provide evidence of this point of view. Haven't seen any from them. For a social infection, it leaves too many physical residue. Oh boy. David Voy, I would explain this as either a psychotic split or a doppelganger. This also explains the biblical ME. The wolf dwells with the sheep. Or the downfall of modern society. I appreciate the message of this video here. However, I do agree that it might have been presented with some of the apparent self-righteousness on part of the OP. I believe his intention was not necessarily to insult. Perhaps. Or it's just to show that this is all just nonsense. Your feelings must have been hurt. I can't deal with your negativity. I watched you on the panel and sensed your frustration, and saw the exact moment when the frustration changed to something else. I'm still a little surprised by a spoof video coming from you. You know, Ouroboros, I previously enjoyed listening to your thoughts on the ME and related to the subjects. However, reducing yourself to ridiculing others is extremely disheartening. The points you were trying to make were not lost on me, whether I agree or not, but the delivery is very unfortunate.